Greetings from the New York Times travel show at the Jacob K. Javits Convention Center in I Love New York, where we have the pleasure of celebrating Colombia. Julio, welcome.
Thank you.
It's so exciting to see Colombia here, but one of the things that I want to talk about is something that you might not know about visiting Colombia. There is a flower show. Please tell me all about visiting the flower show. What region?
Definitely. So, actually, Colombia is the second exporter of flowers to the world, the #1 exporter of flowers to the United States. So if you receive flowers here, it's probably from Colombia. And there's two main regions that where they grow those flowers. One is Bogotá and the other one is Medellín. And Medellín holds the flower festival every year, first week of August. It's a beautiful, colorful show where 500 people parade the streets of Medellín with flower arrangements on their backs. So it's a lot of it's a show that shows the pride of the people from Medellín. It's beautiful, colorful. Definitely visit and check it out.
Now, let's talk about the temperature, because when you think about Colombia, you think about the tropics and the beautiful warm weather, but if you were to go to the mountain area, you can get quite cold at night, and that's not too far from Medellín, correct? The mountain area?
So many people, you know, when they tell me, you're from Colombia, so we're used to warm weather. It depends. I'm from Bogotá, which is high altitude in the Andes Mountains, which is roughly in the 50s, 60s. Medellín, which we were just talking about, it's we call it the city of eternal spring. So it's around 75 degrees all year long. And then the coastline, places like Cartagena, it's in the Caribbean and it's in the 90s. The important thing is that Colombia, it's in the equator, so we have no seasons, so it's the same weather all year long. It's a year-long destination.
Now let's talk about some of the great things to do, because I think Cartagena would be the most popular for folks to be familiar with in Colombia for this area. What would you say would be the #1 thing someone should do when visiting Cartagena?
Well, yes, definitely. Cartagena, it's our most popular destination, and we have non-stop flights from New York, which has boosted the destination tremendously. Cartagena has many things to do. Cartagena is a city packed with history. It was the main port of the Spaniards in the 1600s, and everything and all the richness of Latin America was brought to Cartagena as a port and then shipped to Spain. So it was a fortified city protected from the pirate attacks, and that's where you can experience all of that history. There's great gastronomy, nightlife. You can learn to dance salsa or champeta, which is the local rhythm. But basically what I tell people, if you go to Cartagena, stay within the walled city, walk around, go to the different plazas, enjoy the gastronomy, and just get on the vibe, which is very relaxed and nice in Cartagena.
Now let's bring you home. What happens and what should we see when visiting Bogotá? Now I've also heard that the dialect changes when you enter the different regions, so a dialect might be different from Cartagena as it would be from Bogotá. Do you recognize that being from those regions?
Definitely, yeah. So I'm from Bogotá, so it's central in the middle of the Andes. And now, not only dialects, so I don't know if you heard this, but Colombia, especially in Bogotá, it's said to have the best Spanish in the world. So if you're thinking about learning Spanish, you can consider Bogotá. Bogotá, it's the capital of Colombia. It's about 10 million people, so it's a big capital. As such, it offers great culture. We have great museums, especially we tell you you have to visit the Gold Museum. It offers a spectacular collection of gold from the pre-Columbian era, and it tells you the history of Colombia really and its background. The art in Bogotá, everything from graffiti art to places to exhibitions like Art Boat and many others are definitely worth exploring. The gastronomy, the nightlife are a big part of Bogotá, but mainly it's a cultural destination. I would say also that people enjoy very much when they go to Bogotá the Salt Cathedral. It's a day trip, an hour and a half away from Bogotá. It's a salt mine that's been turned into a cathedral, and you go in, explore it, walk around, lit up in different colors. It's a beautiful experience. It's one of the wonders of Colombia.
Now it's already on my to-do list to see the flower show in Medellín. What would you recommend for someone visiting Medellín?
Medellín, again, well, I would say the first thing of Medellín, it's learning about its history and the transformation. Medellín underwent the biggest transformation in Colombia, and it's really that success story of becoming the city that it is today from what it was back in the 90s, and that's why it's now our most popular destination and the fastest growing in Colombia. you learn how that transformation took place with several projects, including education and transportation. So you get into the metro system. Medellín is the only city in Colombia that has a metro system, and then the metro connects to the cable cars. That what they do is that it's a cable car system. I think it's the only one in the world that's used as a mass transportation system. And you go into the neighborhoods that used to be very dangerous, and now there's graffiti tours there. You see that, you see and live on your own the transformation of the city, and it's very inspiring to see that change. Another great thing to do is visit U.S.A. It's a flight of 1,000 steps that you go up on a rock, and you get a very cool panoramic view. And people enjoy that very much. And the town of U.S.A. is colorful and really nice as well.
Is it possible to see all three? And have I hit the main three? Are those the three that people who are visiting for the first time should visit? Because I haven't talked about the whole beautiful country of Colombia. Is it fair to say that those are the three big ones?
I would say yes. Maybe what we would be missing from those three would be the coffee region, the coffee cultural landscape of Colombia. Of course, when we talk about Colombia, we talk about coffee. Juan Valdez, all this rich culture. So the coffee region is a place where you can learn about the coffee of Colombia, stay in a boutique coffee farm, and learn the whole coffee process.
And can you do all of this in one visit, or do I have to kind of look and say, oh, I want Bogota and do that? Or can you really see all three in one trip?
No, definitely. So we work with several partners in the US, a lot of them based here in New York, that they sell customized or pre-packaged deals to Colombia, where you can do Bogota, Coffee Region, Medellín, and Cartagena, and you do that in about 12 days. So that would be your comprehensive tour of Colombia.
And your most proud moment from being from Colombia? What makes you the most proud?
Listen, here we are at the New York Times Travel Show. People are approaching us and telling us that they're booking trips to Colombia, that they've been in the past year, that they love it, that the people are warm and welcoming, that the culture is great, that they enjoy their experiences. So it makes us so proud to see that transformation, and that people are telling us that, because that's what I've been trying to tell people for the past 10 years, and now they're giving me that message back, and it makes me very proud for my country.
Well, the next time we speak will be in Colombia. Thank you for your time from the New York Times Travel Show, and ever beautiful, I love New York. Till next